drinking, feeling kind of mean. We're in the mood to hear some.
Open mic, what it do, y'all? We're hitting y'all on a Friday. It's May the 25th, and this is episode number 33. Hope y'all guys are doing good. Hope
What's
it's been a
good?
good week.
Hello.
Yep, it's we're just trying to kick one out for y'all. We happened to be off on a Friday. Johnny happened to be off, and we're just like, yeah, let's just get one because yesterday my mom
It's
had
Friday, fool.
right, yeah, nice day. Probably one of my favorite days of the week.
It's a good day.
Shit.
It's nice out too.
I've always been lucky, bro. I've always had off on Friday, on the weekends. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people who don't get to have off on weekends.
I've been on both ends of the spectrum where I worked jobs where the whole period was weekends off for sure, and then I've worked jobs year longs at times where you work right through the weekends because they're the moneymaker days, and like I would have off Mondays and Tuesdays and weekdays like that. And for some situations it worked out prime. You know, like if I wanted to do something that usually had the weekend was full, like you go to the beach, right? Weekend is plumb packed.
Yeah.
You got the Wednesdays, Tuesdays, or Mondays off type of shit. There ain't no one there. You got it to yourself. So
That's the only downfall.
you get pluses and minuses to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about is every time you go somewhere on a weekend, it's just
Everyone else is
people.
gonna be there because everyone. Yeah, exactly.
So I've always liked to ask off during the week to do things, you know, like
If it's
I wanna-
something special
yeah.
you want to do.
Like even
Yeah.
even if I don't want to do anything,
Yeah.
you know, it'd be like I just want to take off on a Wednesday and just go to San Antonio and just do nothing, just walk around the mall because there's only like 50 people, you know, so it's great.
Because if you went on your weekend, it's just shoulder to shoulder.
Right.
You know.
You
Some
know.
people dig that, you know, and I mean, like I always say, am always yin yang about it, where I definitely enjoy when the mall is thick, you know, there's all kinds of people. I'm a people watcher, so there's all kinds of, you know, shit to look at and see what's going to happen and how everyone interacts with themselves and others. So, that being said, like the weekend is always good, but that other end where you want to get in, get out, look through, and maybe even find shit. You know, sometimes you go, you can't find nothing because everyone's already like crammed through it.
Right.
So, yeah, I hear you.
In the
I hear
city, try to get something. Try to go
Oh,
out.
in the city, big
like if
time.
you go out and eat at noon in the city, you're waiting somewhere.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
even on your lunch break,
Yeah.
like you said, it's a wait for whatever it is. You got to be smart.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think for like the past 14 years or whatever it's been, I've had off on weekends. In this particular job, I get off a lot of Fridays because we work 40-hour days.
Yeah.
And if we do work a Friday, it's half a day. So. You know.
So even, you know, like you said, you always have the Friday to
Yeah,
the
oh, yeah.
weekend bit.
And I happen to have a 5-day weekend because a job fell through on Thursday, so I've been off since. I was off yesterday.
You've been working and stroking, just doing nothing around here.
Yeah, and I'm a
Hell
big
yeah.
fan of not doing shit. We were talking about this at work. The guys I work with, they like to stay busy. They're always doing shit. You know, the one guy had surgery recently, and he talked about how he was going stir crazy because he was like, I'm just sitting at home. I can relish in that. I mean, I like to stay busy, but I'm not lazy by any means. I like to do yard work, and I enjoy doing shit I do, but I definitely make time to not do shit either.
Yeah,
you
the
know what I mean?
idleness, just enjoying your own peace of mind, for sure. I feel the same way. You know, I got these trips that I'm planning on going on, right? And I was around some people that, you know, they're the kind of guys like vacation, and to me it ain't even a vacation because I stay off, I do things, I always go around, right? Like it ain't a vacation for me. It's just me getting around, right? Like this is what I like to do. So he was like, yeah, when I get done with this project, I might take 2 days off. And I was like, well, you know, that's G for you. That's your life. And like I always say, a life's a life. And do with it what you want. But for me, in my own peace of mind, I relish the opportunity to be in my own world, just thinking more thoughts. Who knows what it may be, but going through the whole gambit of it.
Absolutely, and I guess that's what it is. When I am taking my days off and I choose not to do anything and fill my mind with busyness, like because even on your days off you can still go off and go hiking with friends. You're still,
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
you don't really, you're still doing something
For
in,
sure.
in my mind. And
Yeah.
you're not working, so technically it's off, but
Yeah.
you're around others. And what I mean by not doing anything is when I'm just around myself, or if I am around people, it's going to be my daughter,
Yeah,
or
you
you know
know,
what I mean, like a small group.
Like you were saying about filling activity, it could be just going fishing or
Yeah.
whatever it may be. You know,
Absolutely.
and some people have to. And I enjoy all those activities.
And are just gardening
Yeah.
outside your house,
Yeah.
or cutting limbs and
Yeah.
dragging it off, because these particular guys like to do.
It's somewhat of
Yard
a
work.
distraction, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yes.
you know what I mean? It's somewhat of a distraction.
Absolutely.
They're trying to not think.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And see, and me personally, I enjoy that too, because I'm such a big fan of reward of accomplishment.
Yeah.
I love doing things for the reward of accomplishment.
I could see that.
But I love to not do shit either. But that's just, and it's like you were almost getting to a second ago. It's me caving in on myself. I get to cave in on myself and be like, I think about my actions. I think about my image in myself. I get to think about those things that I guess a lot of people are choosing not to think about.
For sure.
I get to
They're feeling
critique
that-
myself, you know, and then I get to think about, well, what do you want to do in life? Like I want to write a screenplay at some point. I'll write a script of some type and make a film.
story of some
yeah,
sort.
and I want to film. That is kind of a big part of why I'm doing this, is because this is just an avenue for me to learn editing and everything else that goes along with this. It's kind of a stepping stone for me to start filming my short stories or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And those are like the things I get to think about when I'm sitting at home just doing nothing with nobody. Or,
Maybe
you know,
just imagining. Or,
yeah, you know,
yeah.
I get to map my own digression or progression, whatever it may be. I get time to focus on that, and like we're saying, there's a lot of people who like to stay busy, and which is fine. It's
Yeah,
great.
that's like that's on you, you know.
There's huge what is the word here? Huge advantages of being that type of a person. You know, of
Some people
always
lack the ability, you
Yeah.
know, they're on the other end where they're just complete, you know,
happy
slugs,
medium. Need to be a happy
slugs,
medium.
if you will, you know.
Yeah.
They doing nothing always is completely all they ever want to do, which is, I guess, not doing anything.
Those are usually the video game Taco Bell eating
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
it's like, homie, did you see? I'm sure it's been somewhere in your newsfeed too, or the social media's had
The 30-year-old man.
the 30-year-old cat having to get booted out.
Actually, we got a little video right here. for those of you who live under a rock, there's been a 30-year-old man who his parents have gotten tired of it and are actually sued him to make him get out of the house.
Yeah,
So
epic.
Yeah, so here's a little video of this. It's been everywhere. I've seen it.
There is no
He actually went to court
for
over it.
these people to have him in their home. There is no, they don't have to have provide a reason under these circumstances other than they want him to leave. They don't have to show that he's threatened them physically. They don't have to show that he's the man, that he's wrecking the place.
Are you asking me to convert this matter to summary proceeding?
Yes.
Object.
He's his own lawyer.
Yeah,
There's not a summary
he is
proceeding.
his own lawyer in this
Action.
situation.
I have right to trial, I have right to collect evidence, right to make my case. And the unusual, I don't see why we can't just, wait a little bit for me to leave the house. I don't want. You want to have a hearing on this petition?
Yeah, so this dude, I mean, he's from right here. He's not like a nuisance, but he's 30 years old living at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. You know, he's not doing anything bad. There's more. I've seen other videos and clips and articles that, he's like, apparently he has a successful business in some type of venture. So he makes money. He's not leeching.
Okay.
Not in the typical sense.
Not how we picture.
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah.
oh, dude's still at home.
Yeah, he's making money.
Eating mama's fucking almond rokas and
Right,
just chow.
and he's like, they don't do my laundry or nothing, but he's overall just invading in their privacy. At this point, if he's 30 years old, we all have to recognize that there are these 50s, 60s or older, right? So they
Yeah.
want to have the freedom of
For sure.
of a kid getting the fuck out. You know what I mean? They raised them. They did
I think,
it.
I think,
right?
yeah,
They did the
I
damn
think
thing.
that's like you're saying, some kind of an achievement line that they'd like to see accomplished.
We want to walk around naked
Yeah.
and watch Matlock. You know what I mean? We want to. You know.
I want to
like-
watch Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah. And if I want to have sex with your mother during commercial break, I want to do so. You need
Yeah.
to get out of the house.
So
you
move
know what I
on,
mean?
kid.
Yeah. So, I don't think they are wrong for that.
No, they're definitely not
He's
wrong.
obviously, now he's like, well, just give me a few months. I was going to leave anyway, or something like that. You know,
Oh, is that what he's
it's like,
getting
dude,
at?
you're
Yeah.
30. You had 10 years, if that. 20 should be the limit, if anything. Because there's a lot of kids who still live with their parents that go to college and whatnot. You know?
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Hard times come around, shit
Right.
like that. But well, it's a society thing, I'm sure, because that's how we perceive it. You get out, you move, you make your own family. In other places, there's plenty of people that live in the same household.
Right.
The parents,
Especially Hispanic families.
that and I think other not so, cause I don't know, I'm only throwing it out there, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's like underlying obey of the propaganda that more consumers make your own lot of consumption. Like we all consumed, right, as mother, father, 3-4 kids. Now those 3-4 kids go out and make their own mother,
yeah.
father.
Like a parasite.
3-4 kids, yeah, something like that. Like it's that, like I'm saying, the obey line of like, where it's perpetuated onto us to think that we got to get out 18. If we can do school, you get the schooling. If you don't, you don't. But kids is a fucking necessity. That's gonna decipher your womanhood, your manhood, and so on and so forth. And now that being said, like, he should get the fuck out of the house, but that's just something I think a fundamental of our society. If they wanted him out, then he should have left for sure. But in some places, it's not always a given that the kids leave the home immediately. It's like some people want them around, some people, I don't know.
Man, I wonder what got to the point. How many times did they ask him before they actually were like, dude, we gotta sue this guy?
I'm sure it was plenty.
Like, that's crazy.
I'm sure it was plenty.
And I had to get to that point.
Some people are still happy these days, though. You never know how his parents are. You could definitely tell that I'm just, again, going to go out and venture like that he was probably a Todd, right? They babied him all the way through and through. Had some kind of a weekly allowance for throwing out the trash and washing the dishes and shit like that. And it was just easy. They made it easy for him to stick around, and now that they want him out, it's a complete new thing to him.
That's the product of the environment.
Exactly. They only raised for him to desire what it is that he's doing. You know what I mean? It's like, so.
They handed him a fast food instead of gave him a rifle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or what's the old adage? You can give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Or
Yeah, exactly.
They just taught him how to leech off of them. It's like, no, that shit's a given. You do all these tasks to live here for no good reason, and then you go out and you get money out there and you do your thing, wherever it is, however it is you do it.
And granted, I said he has a business. That's what he said, but he didn't give out the name of the business. So
He could be one Etsy guy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got my own business. I'm selling my beaded wares. Like, how
he seems like the kind of guy that sells like old. He buys old like Star Wars toys and then sells them online on eBay.
Like there's numerous things that like that we could say that we got our own business, but everyone knows it's not a LLC. Like, does that homie got a LLC? Is he? I doubt it.
Yeah. Another ridiculous thing
He's
that
like
I
a
saw.
Craigslist buy and sell dude or whatever.
Right. Well, I know you shouldn't be judging.
No, I'm not judging. I'm just throwing shit out
We
there.
shouldn't be judging. Wait, we shouldn't be judging.
I hate to come off judgmental. You're right.
We shouldn't be judging the guy by the cover either. But if you look at him, he's got long hair. He just seems like the kind of slob type of dude.
You know,
Like he's fitting the criteria of what you would think a guy who's still living at home at 30 would look like.
For sure.
He's batting 1,000.
At least he's in a suit. You know, he didn't just show up in a t-shirt
Right.
in his
Clutching some Cheetos.
yeah.
But still, he's fitting. He's totally.
A 7-Eleven bag, like
Right.
as his briefcase.
No shit.
But he does completely put off that I don't give a shit vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was another thing.
From
that
one
was,
don't give a shitter to another.
Yeah, right. I know when I see one.
I know when I see one.
Another crazy thing that I saw in the news that was pretty ridiculous is this family of 4. They were on an airline, right? And I've never flown, so maybe you can give me insight on this. But I've never been on a plane before, and this is a commercial plane with hundreds of people, I guess, on this plane. He buys seats for his small children. Apparently, they're small children, which is like anywhere from 2 to 5. So, what I'm getting is from what I understand. So while on this flight, they're telling them that the seats they need to take. The kids are going to lose the seats, and I guess put them on their lap or something. I don't know what it may be, but that they want to put other people. And this father's like, no, I paid for them to have a seat. They can sit in that seat. But they're like, we're going to kick you out if you don't follow the rules.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That seems very Gestapo-like.
Oh, very, dude.
Right.
That's super.
And this was a Delta flight.
That's just a money grab right there, because homie had obviously paid for him, and then unless they're gonna reimburse him in some way.
Well, that's what he's even saying. He's like, so you're gonna let somebody sit in my seat when I just paid for it? You know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you watch some of this video, and then you tell me what you think.
Booted.
So their policy is if you're not going to abide, you're not going to make a pass. You have to do so.
Then they can remove me off the plane.
You and your whole
So then
family.
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna be a
fine.
federal offense, and then you and your wife can jail, and your kids will be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So my kid, wait, so my wife's, we're gonna be in jail and my kids are gonna be
It's a
what?
federal offense if you don't abide by
I
it.
bought that seat.
Okay, I understand it's not making a
Right. Right, I got him a ticket on another flight so that my son would have a seat. And you're saying you're gonna give that away to someone else that when I pay for that seat, that's not right.
I understand, but that Mason's not here to show
You need to do what's right. I bought the seat and you need to just leave us alone.
So Mason's not here, so Mason's not the one that owns the seat.
No, I paid for the seat. I bought the seat. You can look and see. Doesn't matter. It's my son. On the way out, the flight was open, but even then it was difficult to have a lap child, so we decided to get him a ticket on an earlier flight so we can use his seat and put the car seat and let the kids sleep. Because it's a red eye. He won't sleep unless he's in his car seat. So otherwise he'd be sitting in my wife's lap, crawling all over the place, and it's not safe. So he decided to do it that way and let him use his seat. I paid for the seat. This is what's ridiculous.
That is some BS.
Yeah, it
That's
seems,
straight up BS.
seems pretty clear cut. The guy paid for a ticket, let him have it.
Yeah,
He
and
paid,
like that's my seat no matter what. You know what I mean? I wouldn't give a shit if there wasn't anyone sitting there. If I just wanted to, when people are walking, when people are laying, like he said, his red eye, that's just for me to put my feet on it. I don't give a shit. I paid for that, dude. Like that's the way I see it. And to me, I let them throw me off, and I just chance it in the courts and try to get that bank off them. You know,
Right.
like, yeah, I tell them that too. I'd be like, you know what, do what you got to do, and I'm gonna do what I have to do because I'm gonna wing it and see what I can get off you. Like that's some dirty, because they're straight up money grabbing. I think they saw the opportunity, like seats paid for, but the kid's not here. Let's fill it with someone who's willing to pay again, right on this seat. And the guy's like, no, I'm here to represent that seat. Like I paid for it. It's full of what I want in it now, which is my other kid. Yeah, I'm like, so be whatever. I don't know. I think whatever they're doing is completely wrong, and he's all the way in the right.
Yeah.
All the way in the right. All right. There's always a fine print. There's always a fine print. Like when you fill that shit out and you buy a ticket online, it's probably at least I don't know, 1,000 words of print that you scroll past just to click agree.
And he wasn't being unreasonable.
No, he wasn't being unreasonable at all. I don't think.
No, he was you know, he was calm and collective. He was just saying, I paid for it.
The lady that was with the TSA, she even like strolled away when she heard the situation. She was like, "Oh, this is some bullshit. They're gonna get us caught up in some fucking. We're gonna be a headline." So do you know what happened in the end? If they lost it or
No,
what's
no, because that story had just broke.
Okay, I'd like to see the follow up. I hope homie's all right and his crew's all good.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll
'Cause,
probably find out in the next couple of days. So, yeah, that was something I saw, and I thought, well, that's pretty wrong. And I've never flown, so I don't know what.
There's
But it's like-
there's a lot of bullshit in between it all. You know, like there's etiquette, right? Because you gotta share armrests with people. So you gotta give arm space to this guy and that. And there's all kinds of etiquette, right? For that, there's etiquette in when you're boarding and where you're gonna take your seat and how you get in the line. And there's all kinds of, like I said, it's more or less BS that you gotta adhere to and just rigmarole it. You know, fucking get in the rut of it and follow over the line and tote it and. It all usually works out, right? There's all these people getting to a small little space, and very few of you get your 18 inches.
Right.
So, yeah, like to me, you know, I'm not like a super germaphobe, but I do feel living how I've lived, I've done what I could to take care of myself, and some people don't give a shit about any of that. They could care less about what they breathe in, what they pass on to people, so on and so forth. In a plane, you run into that shit. That's how they have all these outbreaks pass on, right? Like
So many people stuck together.
yeah, exactly. And so me being that I like to go places and I will fly, I don't like my first time I was all Richie Valens, you know, like all the statistics, but you get over it, and I don't know, I could count how many times I've flown, but it'd be plenty. It'd be a shitload. So it's just another thing to me. And I've been on rough flights. I've been on smooth flights. I've had rough landings, smoothest landings ever, type of shit. So it's just you go through it all if you do it enough times, and it's another thing. You're gonna die doing anything, right?
Yeah.
Like driving. Maybe something goes wrong at work, who knows what. So to me, to miss a flight over all your like you being scared over some weird.
You could die walking down the street.
Oh, for sure.
Like this guy. Check this out. This guy was just walking down the street and a bus
Got murked.
Bus pops him.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, you knocked me right into my favorite pub.
Look at that.
Damn. He did the perfect thing and just balled up.
One more time. Man, but that guy got lucky, dude.
Super lucky, bro. Okay, give him the...
He just walks back into the pub.
He was just having a smoke.
So it's like you said, it could happen at any time.
For real. That's the truth, dog. So, you know, I'm sure you're not flying is just because a matter of opportunity, right?
Yeah, I just know where to go.
Yeah, exactly. Some people do it out of sheer fear.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, I would never fly just because you could go down. Like, you drive every day, and that shit could go down.
Yeah. And then even you that has to get in the crash, somebody could hit
Exactly.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. There's another thing that's been going around that I saw, and to me, we always kind of hear about how the media controls everything. You know, the media controls everything.
Fake media!
Well, there's a
Fake news! All that BS, right? The media's in your ear. And I was just saying the obey propaganda and all that.
Right.
For real.
Well,
Yeah.
I just came across something that shows that, you know, there's about 4 or 5 companies that own every news broadcasting. Like, what if I told you that every news broadcast that goes on in America reads the same script?
Oh, yeah.
You'd be like, no way, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they all be reading the same script? Every news is different in every different area. but that's complete bullshit that I've actually seen with my own eyes. And somebody put this video out there that I'm surprised hasn't been taken down now. But it shows the propaganda of news and media and everything else. So I'm gonna play this video, and it's kind of scary. So.
Big time.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso,
Now, these are all news
Eastern
stations from
Iowa
all across the
communities.
world.
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
We are concerned about plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories
That's some fuck-
without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media
Damn.
without checking facts.
Unfortunately, some members of media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous
Scary.
to our democracy.
Fucking A, dude.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Like you said, why isn't this out more in
This
people?
is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Damn. So if you are wondering if they control the masses with information, pretty clear cut that they're trying to.
Very clear cut.
Um,
Very clear cut.
yeah, man, that's nuts. It's when I saw that, I mean, like I said, you always hear the media, the government,
Yeah, yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. So there's like I said, a couple businesses, or whatever you want to call them, organizations, federations, whatever it may be, bought every fucking news or any kind of information source out there, and they're all reading the same script, and that's clear cut. Those were broadcast from all over the nation, and they were all reading the same thing.
Yeah, probably at the same exact time. People at the tube just glued, and everyone's getting the same mail. Like I said, obey, bro, obey.
Yeah, so if you think, are they trying to brainwash us or whatever? Well, there's some pretty credible source to say, there's a chance.
There's a good chance.
I mean, I'm not saying that that's maybe bad, but I don't think that that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
It's
something just doesn't seem right about
No,
that.
for sure. There's the question of good or bad is, I think, not mute, because bad is the only way I could phrase it, but it's all those different, if you will, thesaurus words for bad, you know, like it's sinister, it's you know, shit like that.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that feel like there's a lot of information that they're withholding from us, you know? And one of them being this gentleman here that I came across with that whole story that I just showed you. I came across this story about this gentleman who actually lost his job because he's actually trying to get the information out there to people. And this is
He looks like a genius coder.
He is. He actually came up with the same code that they use for almost everything on the internet. Was his invention.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, homie's got to be filthy rich.
Well, check it out. He at 19 he developed Reddit, right? So he sold it for $20 million a year later. You know, but he kept working there, which was a big thing, you know. But
Look at this nerd.
when he was
Good
on
for
20,
him.
you know. So when he was there working there, he got fired while on vacation without a reason, and he realized that it's because the information on this website that he developed, I think, has fallen prey to the thing that we just showed you, that they're trying to keep certain information away from people. And so the source of information that he developed was getting capped on it by other media sources that are, like I said, that are trying to show certain information. They're not trying to give it all. Well, this guy is not standing for that. Even though he's rich and he could just walk away from the situation, he decided that this was a blessing in disguise that he gets to now become an information activist. So this guy is
Badass.
yeah. So this guy's out there trying to show because he knows there's information. He's smart. He's a hacker. He's a computer guy. So he's seeing everything out there that is not being given to the masses to educate themselves, to have proper working minds, and to have the right kind of thought process in gathering information, and you becoming your own spokesperson for yourself. Well, they're using the media to give everybody this voice, so this guy's not about that. He wants to do something so he's trying to figure out how to give the information out there. But just like you would think, just like in any movie out there, he's getting met with some definite people in the government that don't want this to
happen.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep you down, dog.
Yeah.
See, man, there's so many ways. Like when I think about it, that's what I enjoy about being able to have that free time. Where when these people we were speaking of filling their idleness with stuff to keep them from getting in their own brain or dealing with whatever might be bothering them, or whatever it may be. Right? In some senses, it's very good because it keeps them from going on the deep end of it, and but it stays there, and nothing ever comes of it for some people. So it's a hit or miss whether or not that works for them. But man, I lost where I was going because this is just some deep ass shit.
I'm not a Reddit guy. I don't know what Reddit is.
I don't know either. Because I'm not one a Reddit, but from what I've read about it is that it's its own version of like a Yahoo. But you can, I guess you can search it, and there's different threads and forums where you can talk and shit like that. It's like Yahoo used to be, or maybe it still is, or whatever.
Well, I guess whenever he sold it, whoever bought it got control of what was the content on it. So the content that they wanted to provide was not the same kind of content that he wanted to provide, so they canned him. And then that's whenever he realized that the content that is being put out there is all crap. It's all fake. I wouldn't say it's fake, but
it's not anything worth.
It's not touching on the real matters of life. Because all the real, like he said, all the real information that the masses need to hear or need to know to educate themselves to be better human beings,
enlighten themselves,
being swept under the rug. Yeah. So he's an information.
To be woke.
Yeah, exactly.
To be saved, like the Christians like to say it.
Right. And so he's
enlightened.
He's an information activist.
See the light.
He's making it that his job to where he's trying to get information.
That's badass.
And him being the kind of genius when it comes to this type of information age with the internet, he's the right man for it.
For sure, because it's like there's all. I remember we were talking a while back, and it's ancient knowledge. That is being lost on the masses these days.
Oh, absolutely.
Shit like, just a given, like the moon phases and the ebb and flow of the water and shit like that the ancients could see going on with nature and interpret it and knew how to prepare and fluctuate with it themselves too. Or following the herd or whatever it may be to keep yourselves around the food, right? Like just old school ancient knowledge. Oh, there's when water dries up, there's a source for it over here. Shit like the animals still, get by on. That we nowadays, water to the sink,
Right.
Shit like that. That hopefully this guy is what he's talking about. Is stuff that there's stuff that is facts these days, right? A foot is 12 inches. Everyone should know that if you're living in America, right? Like a kilometer breaks down to like so many miles and so on, right? Like there's all that relevant knowledge, but there's other shit like you're saying that I think is more important to humanity than just knowing how to break out measures and scopes of different things when you could be looking deeper into yourself and making a better functionality of the world.
Yeah, and I don't
know if I'm.
I've heard from a lot of conspiracists that they don't want information out there, so that's how they use to control people.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
exactly.
It's pretty.
So we might be on the same thing, and he might be trying to reveal the same shit. But I heard it put best the other day. It was said that spirituality is one of the greatest powers to mankind, right? And religion is just a what do they call it? A control factor. It's just a herd.
Right.
Whatchamacallit. I'll think of what you call it. I gotta get some water. I'm thirsty, dog.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. That was an.
Oh, that's what he
That-
said. That's what he said. He said that spirituality and self-knowing and all that type of shit. You know what religion tries to teach you, or so they say, is ultimate power and knowledge, right? And then he's like, so religion is just crowd control. I was like, damn, that's good. That's a good fundamental right there.
Yeah, that's I just know when I saw that whole news situation, that scared the shit out of me. That was pretty scary. Because that brought a lot of validation to a lot of things that I thought people were always just kind of just like, they're just tough.
I had seen a small clip of something similar, but it was just a handful of news clips that they could like string together. It was the same 3 or 4. There had to have been at least 20 or 30 on that one page at once. When it broke down like by 5s or 6s, I don't remember how deep it was, but he said it had to have been close to 30. So that was a compoundment. That was like a scale up of what I had seen. Like I said, a small version of. So it's growing. It's getting bigger.
Right.
Their movement is never slowing down. Well, like the people, us peons, if you will. We're a piece, dog. We got off on the weekends, like we were talking about. Right? Like,
Netflix.
oh yeah, I'm going fishing. I'm riding my bike through the desert, like whatever it may be. You could care less about your other people out there that are at this given point in time under the wheel of the powers that be. It caught me off guard because this lady who I happened to just kind of be around got real emotional about an animal, and I mean, not to be judgmental, but it just struck me as a kind of person that is probably on this whole downtrodden humanity type of shit, like build a wall, fuck the world, right? Like
You figure she'd have just been like, put a bullet in it and it'd be over with.
No. It just was. I guess to be yeah. That's what I would have assumed is should have been the mindset of a person like that. But what it just goes to show. What do I know?
Right. Yeah, with a lot of people controlling social media, or the media these days, as we've been talking about for the past 10 minutes or so. I wonder who let this guy get through.
Oh, the homie here. It's shit like this that the media loves, dude.
Hey, what happened? Oh, fuck.
I couldn't even finish watching this.
Because I heard him first. I said, hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Because then I started to taste him. I said, and then I started to smell them. So it's like, it smell like, tastes like other. So I knew something was wrong. I knew something special about it. So
Something special.
when you heard the intruder? I ran upstairs. I had to run. And I had to do what that little girl, what's that little girl in the Holocaust? She had Anne Hathaway and Frank Beverly. Frank Beverly. I had to get up the stairs. So he had so much rhythm. When he was walking upstairs, he said, doom, doom, doom. Bitch, I started to almost beatbox up in the closet. Oh, boom, boom, boom.
I wonder if this is real.
But I couldn't do it yet because I couldn't die. I got caught tomorrow. So I'm just a little shook up. That's all that is.
So whoever let that guy slip on after controlling so much of the news broadcasting,
I don't think that was a slip. That was one of those, like, they're gonna love this. The peons are gonna love this.
Right.
It's like Bad Baby and Lil Tay and all them. People gonna love this. Just let it go. Just put it in there.
That was hilarious. That's probably one of the greatest moments in news history. In the top 5 at least.
It's what was Homegirl? Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
You know, that one was epic. I remember that one
Oh,
made
she
the
was
rounds.
great.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that.
She's great. Yeah, there's a bunch of cool moments that happen that should make the news. Sometimes that never really makes the news. Like this. Where was it? I just saw it.
There's so much shit out there. It's
Like this hostage situation that happened.
there's so much shit out there that is not, you don't know what to look, what to see.
Look at this hostage situation.
Is this Asia?
It has to be. They're like in a hotel lobby. And the swift action of this guy, he has to be a fighter of some type. That's a judo throw right there.
For sure. He's like, homie's giving me his arm. I'm gonna go take him.
See, I want to see that in the news more often.
This cat, he just goes.
There's a blind spot there.
For
you know?
sure, because he was all distracted. And he knew, he's like, I get a hold of that arm, I'm yanking him over. Boom.
Yeah.
Hip check.
Judo throw.
What do they call that throw, dude? Is that just a hip toss or something like
Yeah.
that? I wish we knew the Asian name for it, the real vernacular. I'd say it right now. I'd be like, "Hacha."
You know, here's another moment that got caught on camera with a robber, or a bad man, if you will, trying to do something terrible. Well, there's a bunch of ladies and women out here outside. I guess they're waiting to go into a restaurant of some type, maybe. But this man comes out of nowhere with a pistol or some type of weapon, and he's going to try to rob all these people. And look, there's kids there. Look, here he comes. Oh, he's got a gun. So he's going to try to rob everybody. He's in chunkless, too. What a moron. But look.
Damn, she deaded his ass.
She's got a gun.
Hell yeah.
His gun must have been fake or something.
Why?
Because he didn't even try to fight back. He just, like, freaked out.
I don't think he thought fucking Ronda Rousey was going to pull on him.
Right. She's got, like, these silver shoes. That's so weird. But, yeah, like, she was not playing.
Now get over on your face, sucker.
Let's watch it again.
Too bad you can't see her.
Here he comes up.
Now I'm going to be
into the
looking
picture.
for her. She's been waiting for this shit to happen.
She went boom, right in the chest. Right in the stomach.
I think he dropped the gun instantly, so he couldn't, oh yeah, you're right, he just said, I don't want no more.
It was right in the chest, I believe.
Yeah. She bucketed his ass.
Oh, come on. Here it comes, and she's standing right there, badash. Right at the
Point blank, too, dude.
Boom.
She held her arm out straight and firm, dog. Didn't like weak link it.
Well, you can see the kick of the gun when she.
She did this number like it was all in the shoulder. It wasn't in like kicker. Like she held strong.
So for all those people that are
good shooting technique,
gun control people, you know, that want to say that it's bad and whatever. That was a moment right there where it actually helped some people, because that was a bad man who was going to.
There was a one this morning I just read about. I think it was Oklahoma. The guy came in restaurant. Shooting the place up, someone fucking deaded his ass.
Somebody that
someone had a gun.
Carrier, huh?
Yep.
Dang. Yeah, that's crazy.
So it just needs to get like the old West, dog. People need to toughen up, right? Life is hard. You're gonna lose some folks. Suck it up.
You know who's look at this gentleman. He's trying to toughen up. I saw this morning. This is a guy who lets venomous snakes bite him.
Dumbass. To build up his immunity.
Yep.
I've heard of that shit.
Look at that.
I love it.
Oh, that's bad.
Love it.
It's got to be a rush. I mean, I love it.
Some of the most venomous snakes in the world are biting.
I mean, it's a throbbing sensation.
He looks all ripped too. That poison's messing with his neuros. He's all.
It has been 20 minutes.
I love it.
Since I've taken a black mamba bite and a taipan bite back to back.
What the?
I feel great, minus the swelling, which is extreme. Right now, I'm the only person in the world that can do what you just saw. I don't think there's anybody that's going to beat a black bite and a taipan bite back to back, let alone either one.
Wow.
And I don't say that arrogantly. I say it confidently.
As his
He
host
might be
shown,
doing counteracting because you know some snakes have different venoms,
over the last 6
so he could be going bam with one and bam with the other, and they're counteracting
He
themselves.
hopes his experiments
We don't know no better, so we don't know, you know. But there's something up with it. That's
I
why.
don't. Yeah, and you know, he's not really doing it for science. I don't think. I think he's just doing it.
Just for the buzz.
He
dude.
lost his wife and everything because of that. Because, well, obviously, you know, he's doing some pretty weird shit.
Yeah.
She's like, what if he die? You know, so he's lost. It's some kind of a fetish.
I think so. Yeah, exactly. A fetish.
Not,
I
not necessarily sexual.
I would
but
agree with that.
Some kind of.
But yeah, maybe not sexual, but there's things that are people get off on. Some people equate pain to it with sex, but not. You know, you don't have like it could just be. I don't know what, but that is definitely one of them, right?
A weird situation.
A weird situation. Oh, what was the one? You remember that show? I don't know if it was called Weird Fetishes, but it was like something that they do weird shit. Like they had the guy.
If there was a show named Weird Fetishes, I'd watch the shit out of that.
There's the like dudes that ate glass.
Yeah. It was called like Addicted or something. Show people doing weird
Yeah.
shit. Like eating their hair.
Yeah,
or
the lady
something.
ate her hair or ate foam.
Whatever.
She broke her legs, even, or she walks around with crutches even though her legs aren't broken or
Right,
some
yeah,
shit like
weird
that.
stuff. Here's another weird one, and this one I saw and I couldn't believe it. This girl thinks she found the cure for cancer.
Many of you have asked me how I always look so good, how my makeup always looks so perfect, or how I always have this natural glow. Here's
You
the
look out of it to me.
No, people want to know why she looks so good all the time, and this is why. This is how.
She's so full of shit.
See, to me, I feel like this is a weird
This is
fetish type
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, like that weird dog fucking. I never understood it, dude.
I mean, she's just filling up that cup with his pee.
How did the dog get? He's on cue, dude.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, they train that dog to do that.
Yeah,
He's done this more than once.
for sure. He was waiting.
Look at this. Half a cup.
Oh, bro. Can't watch it. I
She's
can't
dead.
watch it.
She's down in it. Like a cake party.
Ugh.
Without flinching, bro.
Yeah, her makeup doesn't look great. I mean,
She's not.
Until I first drank my dog's pee, I was depressed, I was sad, and I had really bad acne.
what the fuck? Are you trying to sell this?
It has vitamin A in it, it has vitamin B in it, and it has 10 grams of calcium. And it's also proven to help cure cancer.
It's been proven to help cure cancer.
What a kook. I bet you.
And that is why I look so much better than y'all.
I bet you.
That is why she looks so much better than us. She
I
said.
bet you half the dick she could have got just fled the scene. Was like, no, I ain't even getting close
That's
to that
the
hoe.
type of girl that is friends with the chick that sent 6,000 text messages to homie. Like, that's her best friend.
Yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
Like, that's the kind of chick you'd imagine running around with that. That was wild, man.
I couldn't be down with that at all, dude. Like, the dudes who used to push drinking your own pee, I couldn't even understand that.
Right.
You know, let alone the
Yeah, there's
dogs.
a lot of boxers that drink their
Yeah.
own pee and
Yeah.
whatnot.
I remember there was that other MMA dude that was his thing. He's like, I drink my own pee.
I personally could not do it, though. It's just not gonna happen. And much less from a fucking dog. That's
I
just-
know, dude. Like, you don't know. You are what you eat. Right? Dogs eat anything in the streets. Dog, you seen them. It falls on the ground, they're gonna lick it up.
They don't throw up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then she ended the video with saying that's why she looks so much better than.
That's why I look so much better than you.
There's one more
I'm
video.
gonna venture out, ho, that when you're my age, you're not gonna look as good as me. Like, and she probably just in her 20s and she looked kind of haggard.
She might have just ruined her life.
Yeah, like I said, half the dick that was.
You
she
know,
coulda got
there's ways to be
Done.
a woman and to swallow things and be attracted to a man, and that's not the way to swallow something.
No.
But this is one way to be able to show that you can swallow almost anything. I'm gonna turn this terrible music, but check out this chick.
Some
Man.
techno.
This chick is, she must be like a professional chugger or something, because look what she does.
Damn.
She fills that glass up with the smoke she just took, and then look what she does with this bottle. crushes.
Yeah. That's a fucking party girl right there.
Yeah, look, she's still going. She's like, I
See, those are party tricks. That chick gets paid good for that shit, I bet you.
think?
Yeah, so there's a phenomenon in Asia, dude, that it's simply referred to as a buy me drinky bar. And these girls hang out at the bar. That's their job. They get paid to sit until a gentleman of money shows up and buys his drink and then buys the girl a drink. And the girl's drink is 9 times out of 10 gonna be flavored tea or colored soda or something like that. Like you're gonna order her, say you get her a Crown and Coke, it's gonna be just straight Coke, right? Just soda. Say you think, oh well, we'll get her some clear liquor, right? We'll get her some vodka. Well, they're just gonna send her out like a spritzy water or something like that. And yeah, it's a buy me drinky bar.
So what are they doing? Getting you fucked up to rob you?
No. Some places do that. Some places it might be a robbing
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, look, she's just killing shit.
But 9 times out of 10, it's just a place for guys to go. You know, like there ain't nothing. I mean, I guess if you could barter yourself into a situation of something else going on, it might happen. But the bar's not providing that. That's just they're providing these women to entertain you.
This is like the 7th video of her just crushing whatever drink this is.
She's a vet, dude, and she pounds food.
She drank a whole like liter of Coke.
Like I said,
That had to hurt.
like I said, I'm. Oh shit!
This is wild. I've never been a chugger.
I've known some good chuggers, dog. I even liked to put chuggers against each other. That was always good shit, you know, people who could like smash a beer. Well, let's see if you can smash one faster than this cat.
That was wild. Yeah, man, there's one more video that I was going to do. I wasn't even going to show that one, but we talked about girls swallowing shit, and I was like, oh, this chick knows how to swallow.
Gotta go with the swallower.
But this is a video that's going around that people are calling complete bullshit on. And for good reason, because I think it's probably bullshit. But this is a mother that is claiming to have built her house. Oops, I'm sorry from the beginning.
Oh, in that outfit? Sure, lady.
No, she built this house using only YouTube tutorials. So she figured out how to build this whole house with simply only using YouTube tutorials. So people are calling complete bullshit on all this.
I might have to too.
No, I for sure have.
There's homie's got his own little blog YouTube post that I like to catch because he's always busting on these fake ass YouTubers. I don't know if you've seen any of that van life stuff. They get these people, millennials, dog, millennials they call them. These young folks that like to say that they're giving up on the regular type of Joe Dirt life, and they're just buying a van and hooking it, right? They call it van life. And some people are trying to make it out like it's all glamorous, like there's these few couples that act like they're going all these badass places, wearing glamorous shit. And he's like, how are you doing this if you're living out of a van and you don't have a job? Like, so I'm with you, dude.
Finished in 9 months, they're saying.
Oh, there's people that are contractors that couldn't build a house that fucking in 9 months.
And that's what it looks like. 350 square feet.
3,500 square feet. I'm gonna call bullshit. Inkwell Manor.
Yeah, complete, huh?
I'm gonna have. Yeah, dude. There's just. Yeah, it's gotta be bullshit. She even wrote a book. I'm gonna laugh when she gets outed. One of her contractors shows up. They're like, nah, I had to lay here fucking concrete.
Well, that's what, some lady on here, because I was reading the comments, and she made a good point, because she said, there's no way, I don't believe that, because she would have to have installed plumbing. Like, that's very hardcore. Like, and she went to, like, plumbing, the HAVC, whatever the hell that's called.
All the licensings.
Yeah, all that stuff, you know, and I was like, yeah.
That alone, not just to mention the electricity and all that other shit that you gotta have licenses and that's somewhat of a skill to be able to put that in. You don't go to school for nothing for it, you know. So I gotta call BS. She might have been able to do most of what was her BS to do. You know, like, oh sure, I put up the fucking sheetrock or who knows what, right? But don't say you built the whole thing yourself.
Yeah.
That's not giving credit.
Well,
where
it was
credit is
something
due.
believable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, but that story's going around, and like I said, people are just like, that's complete bullshit. It'd be great to think that that could be something somebody could do. But
Yeah, and 9 months, like I'm saying, people that build houses 40 hours a week plus don't finish a house that big in 9 months sometimes.
Right. And there's so many things that
Let
go into it.
alone have a full-time job and then work on it.
Yeah, and not only is it you, it's a woman who's never done it before, but you got your 3 kids trying to help you who have never done it before.
Who probably don't even want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they're like, I'd rather be staying at the apartment like we get. We don't need no stupid house, Mom.
But yeah, it's like I said, it's a nice.
If it's for real, kudos to her, Doug. But you know, it's just highly unlikely. But I gotta be all McWorld about it.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, it is for sure. You know, this world is pretty incredible. You know, who's to say she didn't? But just us being in the business of construction and carpentry and whatever you want to call it, they have.
And knowing, I mean, just a little bit I know, like Shop 101 with Coach Burnett. You know,
Right.
tells me.
Well, we did lay a 700 square foot of floor last week in like 5 hours.
Bro, we pimped that out, right?
Yeah. So
hammer down.
some things can be possible, I guess. Anyway, but we're gonna wrap this bitch up. I'm surprised we even made this far because I really wasn't even in the mood to do this.
Like you said, it's a full-on down day.
It's a weird day. Yeah,
I'm doing laundry. I had to. I hadn't even cleaned up yet. So this is my scrounge look.
Right.
We were all bagging on homie for looking dirty. I get my hair full plush.
Yeah, but it's all good. We managed to pump one out anyway.
Yeah.
This is the 25th of May, episode number 33. I was talking to a friend who says that a female escort is interested in doing the podcast, so we might be getting that out to you here soon. She's a guest that would be very much welcomed because I think that's a neat aspect of life that would be nice.
We do need some women perspective, right?
I actually would like to have a third. If we did have a third, I'd like it to be a woman.
We always get us two dudes just.
I want a woman's perspective bad. Like I said, I either want a third or a woman that I could do a show with just in between me and Johnny doing a show. Either way, so if you're a woman who listens to the show and would like to be a part of the show, let me know. Definitely interested into getting that type of perspective out there.
Yeah, and it's nothing major. It's just us like we're doing talking.
Right.
At the end of this, we're going to say, guess what? We knocked out a podcast. Right? It's not, and it wasn't anything logistically overwhelming that we had to make. It's just Chris is going to do his thing when we're done, and that's it.
Just edit. I'll edit, and it'll be out. This episode, look, we're doing this episode. It's 2 o'clock on the button right now. This episode will be out hopefully by 10 tonight. So there you go. Anyway, y'all guys be good. Like I said, it's May 25th. It's Friday. It's going to be a nice weekend. You'll have fun.
Beautiful weekend.
Take care of one another.
Love your folks out there.
Absolutely.
Keep the humanity alive.